Hello students, we are doing the problems related to tangents of ellipse from the chapter ellipse. Now in the first tangents we are doing the basic concepts related to the tangents and objective problems we are doing here. We will continue the problems related to the tangents in the objective mode and then go for the normals today. So that means what is the equation of normal at that point, how to obtain the condition that the line Lx plus My plus N equal to 0 become normal, and how to obtain the equation of normal in the parametric form. So all these things let us discuss today. So before going to discuss the concepts related to the normals, let us do some more problems related to objective, the concept related to the tangents of the ellipse. Understand? So, this is the problem. The point of intersection of tangents at the point P on the ellipse, x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1, and its corresponding point Q on the auxiliary circle meet on the line is what? That is the question. So, we have to find out the point of intersection of what? Tangent at any point on the ellipse and its corresponding point Q on the auxiliary circle is what? That point lies on which line? We have to find out. That means this is the ellipse, x square by a square plus y square by b square is equals to 1, and this is the axis. It is its corresponding auxiliary circle. We are going to write the tangents at point on the ellipse and also tangent at the point which is corresponding to this point on the auxiliary circle. That means if you take any point here, this is the ordinate of P, and produce up to here it meets the auxiliary circle at Q. Then P and Q are the corresponding points. We have to find out the point of intersection of tangents at P and at Q. At P and at Q. That point of intersection lies on what? That is your question. So P is what? P is equals to A cos theta comma B sin theta. This is any point on the ellipse. Its corresponding point on the auxiliary circle is what? A cos theta comma A sin theta. This is the point. Now we have to find out the equations of tangents at these points. Tangent at P to the ellipse is what? X by A cos theta plus y by B sin theta is equals to 1. This is the equation of tangent at theta. What is the equation of tangent at A cos theta comma A sin theta? S1 equal to 0 with respect to the circle. X square plus y square is equals to a square, because the equation of auxiliary circle is x square plus y square is equals to a square. X into a cos theta plus y into a sin theta is equals to a square. A gets cancelled. So x cos theta plus y sin theta is equals to a is there. So this can be written as bx cos theta plus ay sin theta is equals to ab. A into b is there. This is the equation number 1. This is equation number 2. We have to solve these two equations, and that point of intersection lies on what? You have to find out. This is bx cos theta, this is x cos theta. So multiplying on both sides by b and subtract implies bx cos theta plus by sin theta is equals to ab. Now subtract 1 from 3, we get bx cos theta gets cancelled. A sin theta, a minus b into sin theta into y is equals to 0. ab minus ab is also 0. This never 0 implies y is equals to 0. Therefore, the point of intersection of tangents at P and Q for all values of theta, the y coordinate is 0. Y coordinate is 0 means the point of intersection R must and should be lies on the x-axis, that is axis of the ellipse. So y equal to 0 is your locus. Therefore, some x1 comma 0 is point of intersection of the tangents at P and Q. Therefore, that lies on the line axis of the major axis of your ellipse. What is your major axis? Y equal to 0. That is on x-axis. Your answer is x-axis. So this is the simple problem. You have to solve the tangents at P and Q to the ellipse and tangent, ellipse and circle, that is the auxiliary circle respectively. Understand? The tangent at the point is S1 equal to 0. Xx1 plus yy1 is equals to a square for circle. This is also tangent, well known formula. This is obtained from S1 is equal to 0 also. X by a cos theta plus y by b sin theta is equals to 1. This is tangent to the ellipse at the point P. This is the equation of tangent to the circle at the point Q. What is the circle? Auxiliary circle. Understand? What is the line? Y equal to 0. That is x-axis. This is the next question. Tangents are drawn to the ellipse. X square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1, a greater than b, and the circle x square plus y square equal to a square at the points where the common ordinate cuts them. That means the corresponding points. Tangents are drawn at the corresponding points of the ellipse and its auxiliary circle on the same side of the x-axis. Okay. Then the greatest acute angle between these tangents is given by what? Greatest acute angle between these tangents is what? In the earlier problem, their point of intersection lies on axis, that is x-axis. We have to find out the angle between those two tangents in this problem. So this is the ellipse. X square by a square plus y square by b square is equals to 1. These are the coordinate axes. And it is a corresponding auxiliary circle. So P is any point on the ellipse. We have to draw the ordinate through this point P. This is Pn. Produce NP up to Q where it meets the auxiliary circle. These 2 points are said to be corresponding points. Now the tangents are drawn at P and Q to these two curves. They intersect on the axis, as shown in this figure. We have to find out the acute angle theta, greatest acute angle. We have to find out the greatest acute angle between these two tangents is what we are going to find out. Okay. Now, in the same way, we have to take the tangents at P and Q first of all. What is the equation of tangent at P to the ellipse? We know that is x by a cos theta plus y by b sin theta is equals to 1. X by a cos theta plus y by b sin theta equal to 1. What is the equation of tangent at Q? That is xx1. X into x1 means a cos theta plus y into a sin theta is equals to a square with respect to the circle. So x cos theta plus y sin theta is equals to a. P is this. X by a cos theta plus y by b sin theta is equals to 1. Q is equal to x cos theta plus y sin theta is equals to a. We have to find out the acute angle, greatest acute angle between these two curves. For all values of theta, we have to find out. So, what is the slope of this tangent? Suppose M1 is the slope of tangent drawn at P, that is minus x coefficient by y coefficient, minus cos theta by A by sin theta by B. It is nothing but minus b cos theta by a sin theta. This is the slope of the line, which is tangent at P to the ellipse. Again we write the slope of tangent to the circle at that point Q, minus x coefficient by y coefficient, that is minus cos theta by sin theta. So it is minus b by a cot theta. This is minus cot theta. These are the slopes. Let phi be the angle between them. Suppose this is the phi. Phi be the angle between these two tangents. We have to maximize phi. Now tan phi we have to calculate. Tan phi is equals to m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2. So we have to write minus b by a cot theta, m1 minus of minus plus cot theta, m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2, 1 plus minus into minus plus b by a cot square theta. So you can take cot theta common. Cot theta into a minus b by a whole divided by a plus b cot square theta. A plus b cot square theta is there. So a gets cancelled by taking the LCM. So we have tan phi is equals to, what is our tan phi? A minus b into cot theta by a plus b cot square theta. Now we have to maximize this phi. We have to maximize this phi. At that time we are going to calculate the value of phi. That is, phi is the angle between these two tangents. For that, take this cot theta to the denominator. That becomes what? A minus b by a tan theta plus b tan theta into cot square theta means b cot theta. So tan phi is equals to a minus b by a tan theta plus b cot theta. Plus b cot theta. All of you know that arithmetic mean is greater than or equals to geometric mean. I am erasing this one. We have to maximize your phi, that is the angle between the tangents drawn at the corresponding points. For that we obtain up to tan phi. We have to maximize tan phi, that is we are going to find out the maximum acute angle between these two lines. So we have up to now tan phi is equals to what? A minus b by a tan theta plus b cot theta. Now consider the denominator. A tan theta plus b cot theta by 2 arithmetic mean is greater than or equals to geometric mean. Geometric mean of these two numbers, that is a into b. Tan theta into cot theta is nothing but 1. So a tan theta plus b cot theta is always greater than or equal to 2 root ab. By taking reciprocals, 1 by a tan theta plus b cot theta is less than or equals to 1 by 2 root ab. On multiplying a minus b on both sides, we get a minus b by a tan theta plus b cot theta, which is less than or equal to a minus b by 2 root ab. This is your tan phi. So the maximum value of this angle is what? A minus b by 2 root ab. This is your tan phi. Tan phi equal to, implies phi maximum angle is equals to tan inverse of a minus b by 2 root ab. This is the maximum acute angle between the tangents drawn at P and Q to the curves. One is ellipse and other one is its corresponding auxiliary circle. In the first problem, we discussed that the angle between the two lines intersect on the x-axis. In the second problem, we obtain the maximum angle between these two tangents. What is that? Phi is equals to tan inverse of a minus b by 2 root ab. This is the angle, maximum angle between the tangents. Instead, you just find the tangents at those points and find angle between the two lines by using tan theta equals to mod m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 m2, After getting the expression, you have to use one simple technique, that is arithmetic mean is greater than or equals to geometric mean. Understand? Next one, alpha minus beta is constant. What is that? Alpha minus beta is your constant. Then the locus of point of intersection of tangents at P and Q to the ellipse x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. So alpha minus beta is constant, that is given to you, my dears. Let alpha minus beta, that is the difference of the angles, that is alpha minus beta is equal to some k. Eccentric angles difference is constant. This is your ellipse, x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. This is my point P of alpha. We mean P a cos alpha comma b sin alpha. This is the another point Q of beta. That means a cos beta comma b sin beta. If you join this one, you get a chord. We have to find out the tangents at these points of intersections of the tangents. For that, suppose it is R, say, then with respect to R, this becomes chord of contact. When the point is outside the chord of contact, it becomes what? Polar. So R becomes what? Pole. So you have to find out the pole of R with respect to this line. Understand? So we can write the equation of line. What is the equation of line? X by a cos alpha plus beta by 2 plus y by b sin of alpha plus beta by 2 is equals to cos of alpha minus beta by 2. This is the line of the form Lx plus My plus N is equals to 0. So that point R is obtained by minus a square L by n comma minus b square m by n. Lx plus My plus N equal to 0 is polar. Its corresponding pole is minus a square L by n comma minus b square m by n. In the same circles chapter like that. Instead of a square we are having minus b square. That's all. So that is equals to minus a square into L means what? That is x coefficient. Cos of alpha plus beta by 2. Cos of alpha plus beta by 2 by a. By n means minus cos of alpha minus beta by 2. Minus minus gets cancelled, a also gets cancelled. Minus b square, m means what? Sin alpha plus beta by 2 by b by minus cos of alpha minus beta by 2. BB gets cancelled, minus minus also gets cancelled. So dear students, you can remember that the formula, this is the formula for the point of intersection of tangents drawn at P of alpha and Q of beta. Don't forget, this is the very important formula for you. That is plus a cos alpha plus beta by 2 by cos alpha minus beta by 2, comma b sin alpha plus beta by 2 by cos alpha minus beta by 2. Once if you know the formula, no need to derive all these things. Also, you can find this point of intersection by writing the equations of tangent at P of alpha and tangent at Q of beta. You can solve them. You get this point of intersection, but it is a little bit of lengthy process. So this is the point of intersection. What is that? A cos alpha plus beta by 2 by cos alpha minus beta by 2. B sin alpha plus beta by 2 by cos alpha minus beta by 2. Already we have done this point of intersection in our previous problems. This is say x1 comma y1. This is the one of the point. This is the point of intersection of the tangents at P of alpha and Q of beta for some alpha comma beta. Given that alpha minus beta is constant. Case A. From that condition, we have to find out the locus. Now, my dears, cos of alpha minus beta, is it constant or not? Alpha minus beta is k, then cos of alpha minus beta by 2 is fixed value. This is say lambda, some lambda. Now, cos alpha plus beta by 2 is what? Cos of alpha plus beta by 2 is equals to This is x1 lambda by a. x1 into lambda by a. Again, sin alpha plus beta by 2 is what? y1 lambda by b. y1 lambda by b. We can easily eliminate alpha plus beta by 2 by squaring and adding itself. We get lambda square times of x1 square by a square plus y1 square by b square is equal to 1. So, x square by a square plus y square by b square is equals to 1 by lambda square is your locus. So, lambda is what? Cos alpha minus beta by 2. So, when it is coming to the numerator, that becomes what? Secant square alpha minus beta by 2. So, your locus is, I am writing here, x square by a square plus y square by b square is equals to secant square alpha minus beta by 2. Is it constant or not? It is fixed and represents what? An ellipse. X square by a square plus y square by b square equal to secant square alpha minus beta by 2 always represents an ellipse. Also, we say that it is the locus of point of intersection of tangents drawn at the points whose eccentric angles difference alpha minus beta is constant here. Understand? Next one. The locus of point of intersection of tangents to an ellipse at 2 points, sum of whose eccentric angles is constant. Sum of whose eccentric angles is constant. In the previous problem, we find the point of intersection R is equals to what? A cos alpha plus beta by 2 by what? Cos of alpha minus beta by 2, comma, A sin alpha plus beta by 2 by cos of alpha minus beta by 2. In the previous problem, just we proved, this is the point of intersection of tangents at alpha and beta to the ellipse. Now, in this problem, what they are given, sum of the eccentric angles are constant. In the previous problem, alpha minus beta is constant. Here, alpha plus beta is constant. Suppose alpha plus beta is equal to k, implies cos of alpha plus beta by 2 is fixed, that is say lambda. This is the point on the locus, say x1 comma y1. Now this becomes what? R is equals to a lambda by cos alpha minus beta by 2, comma, b lambda by cos alpha minus beta by 2 is equals to what? X1 comma y1. Now from these two, you can equate these coordinates. You can find cos alpha minus beta by 2. Cos alpha minus beta by 2 equal to a lambda by x1. Similarly, cos alpha minus beta by 2, by equating the y coordinates, we obtain b lambda by y1. Now these two are equal. Immediately we can equate a lambda by x1 is equals to a lambda by x1 equal to b lambda by y1. Lambda lambda gets cancelled. A by 1 is equals to bx1. A by 1 is equal to bx1. So what is the locus of x1 y1? Locus of x1 y1 is bx minus ay is equals to 0. It is a straight line. In the previous problem, the point of intersection locus is an ellipse. Here it is a straight line. If alpha minus beta is constant, the locus is an ellipse. Alpha plus beta is constant, the locus is straight line. So for all these problems, the very important concept is you have to find out the point of intersection of the tangent set P of alpha and Q of beta. Don't forget this formula. A cos alpha plus beta by 2 by cos alpha minus beta by 2. A sin alpha plus beta by 2 by cos alpha minus beta by 2. Okay. This is obtained by using the formula minus a square L by n comma minus b square n by n. Next one. A tangent to the ellipse. What is that? A tangent to the ellipse. X square by 25 plus y square by 16 equal to 1 at any point P meets the line x is equal to 0 at point Q. A tangent to the ellipse at any point P meets the line x equal to 0. X equal to 0 we mean y-axis at the point Q. Let R be the image of Q in the line y is equals to x. What is R? Image of Q in the line y is equal to x. That is with respect to the line y equal to x. Then the circle whose extremities of diameter are Q and R passing through a fixed point, then what is that fixed point they are asking. So it is a very, very simple problem, but with respect to reading it is a little bit of large. A tangent to the ellipse at any point P meets the line x is equal to 0 at point Q. We draw the figure by reading the step by step question. So this is ellipse. What is that? X square by 25 plus y square by 16 equal to 1. This is a greater than b case. Suppose this is my point. A tangent to the ellipse at any point P. We are drawing the tangent. This is the tangent, meets the line x equal to 0 at point Q. This is my point Q. Let R be the image of Q with respect to the line y equal to x. Y equal to x is the line which is the angular bisector of the coordinate axis. This is the line. Now, with respect to this line y is equal to x, we are going to find out the image of Q. Suppose this is the image of Q with respect to y equal to x. Its name is say R. Okay. Now we are going to find out the equation of circle on QR as diameter passing through a fixed point. What is that they are asking? We are going to find out the equation of circle on QR as diameter. That circle passing through a fixed point. What is that fixed point? You have to find out now. Understand? This is the line y equal to x. Without doing the problem, you can guess that one. Clearly, this is the line y equal to x. This is any point. Whatever it may be, its tangent intersect the y-axis at some 0, y1. Am I correct or not? 0, y1 say. This is of the form 0, y1. What is the image of 0, y1 with respect to y equal to x? That is y1, 0. Am I correct or not? By taking the equation of circle on 0, y1 and y1, 0 as diameter, its constant must and should be 0. Am I correct or not? X minus x1 into x minus x2 plus y minus y1 into y minus y2. On that product, the x1 x2 plus y1 y2 is what? 0 into y1 plus y1 into 0, that becomes 0. That means the circle always passing through what? Origin. So that is the passing through the fixed point origin. No need to do this problem actually. So if you want to take a cos theta comma b sin theta, you write the tangent equation, find the point of intersection, find the image, you can do each and everything. But by observation itself, the image of any point, we have to find out the tangent at any point, p a cos theta comma b sin theta or whatever it may be, it meet on y-axis, that is of the form 0, y1. Its image with respect to y equal to x must and should be what? y1, 0. Now the two fixed points are what? 0, y1 and y1, 0, like that. By taking these 2 points as ends of diameter, we get the equation of circle, that is x square plus y square minus sum of x coefficient minus y1 into x minus y1, sum of x coefficient, sum of y coefficients into y plus 0 into y1 plus y1 into 0, 0, that is 0. This is the circle. Understand? Y1 is the ordinate of the point of intersection of tangent at P to the y-axis. What is the equation of tangent at P? X by a cos theta plus y by b sin theta is equals to 1. We are solving with y-axis, that is put x is equals to 0. We get y is equals to b by sin theta. So instead of y1 you may write b by sin theta. No problem. Here also you can write b by sin theta. Even though the constant doesn't change, that is 0. So the circle always passing through the fixed point, that is what? Center of the ellipse. That is the fixed point center of the ellipse. Very, very simple question. But they are doing in this manner. They are given in this manner. We have to read each and every one, and if you just draw the figure itself, you can click the problem. That is the fixed point, the circle passing through the fixed point, that is what? 0, 0. Understand? Now let us move for this next question. For the ellipse x square by 9 plus y square by 4 equal to 1 with vertices a and a dash. What are vertices of this ellipse? A and a dash are the vertices. Tangent drawn at the point P in the first quadrant meets the y-axis at Q. P is any point which is taken in the first quadrant on the ellipse. That tangent meets y-axis at Q. And the chord A dash P meets y-axis at M. What is that? Chord A dash P meets the y-axis at M. O is the origin. That is nothing but center of our ellipse x square by 9 plus y square by 4 equal to 1. Then we have to find out the value OQ square minus MQ square is what they are asking. OQ square minus MQ square is what they are asking. So we will try to draw the figure by reading the step by step. X square by 9 plus y square by 4 equal to 1 is your ellipse. That is A greater than B case. So this is your ellipse. So this is y-axis, this is x-axis. Its major and minor axis along x and y-axis as shown in this figure. A and A dash are vertices. This is my A, this is A dash. These are A and A dash are the vertices. Next, what they are asking? Tangent at any point P in the first quadrant meets the y-axis at Q. This is my point P. We are drawing tangent at P to the ellipse. It meets the minor axis at Q. This is my point Q. Okay, and A dash P meets y-axis at M. This is my A dash, this is P. This is A dash P meets y-axis at what? Meets y-axis at M. This is M. O is your origin, that is center of our ellipse. We have to find out OQ square minus MQ square. This is OQ. This is MQ. OQ square minus MQ square you have to find out. Okay. So take the parametric point P of theta, P A cos theta comma B sin theta. You can write the tangent at that point. This is A dash. Its coordinates are minus A comma 0. Its coordinates are A comma 0. Its coordinates are 0 comma 0. We can find the coordinates of Q easily. What is the equation of tangent at theta? Equation of tangent at theta is x by A cos theta plus y by b times of sin theta is equals to 1. It meets y-axis, so put x equals to 0. We get y is equals to b by sin theta. We have the coordinates of Q are 0 comma b by sin theta. Therefore OQ we obtain OQ is equals to b by sin theta, that is b cosecant theta. We obtain one of the distance. OQ is equals to b cosecant theta by squaring itself b square cosecant square theta. No problem. Next we have to find out the coordinates of M by solving y-axis with A dash P. A dash P. How to solve this one? What is P? A cos theta comma B sin theta. Can you write the slope of A dash P or not? Slope of A dash P is equals to slope of A dash P equal to B sin theta by A cos theta plus A. B sin theta by A cos theta plus A. Take this point and slope, write the equation of A dash P. Therefore, equation of A dash P is y is equal to B sin theta by A cos theta plus A into x plus A. This is equation of A dash P. Now we are solving with y-axis, put y equal to 0. Y-axis equation is x equal to 0. Put x equal to 0. We get y is equals to AB sin theta by A into AB sin theta by A into 1 plus cos theta. So A gets cancelled. B sin theta by 1 plus cos theta. This is nothing but b sin theta by 1 plus cos theta is there. 0 comma b sin theta by 1 plus cos theta. These are the coordinates of m. 0 comma b sin theta by 1 plus cos theta. So OM is equals to b sin theta by 1 plus cos theta. This is OM. Can you find QM or not? QM is equals to OQ minus OM. Now, OQ is equals to B cosecant theta is there. Now, MQ is equals to OQ minus OM. What is our OQ distance? OQ equal to B by sin theta. B by sin theta minus OM equal to B sin theta by 1 plus cos theta. Now take the LCM. Sin theta into 1 plus cos theta is there. B plus B cos theta minus B sin square theta. B sin square theta. That is nothing but B into 1 plus cos theta minus B into 1 minus cos square theta by sin theta into 1 plus cos theta. Sin theta into 1 plus cos theta. Just the entire thing is simplification, one and only the concept here is finding the coordinates of M. So we can cancel out 1 plus cos theta. Here this becomes 1 minus cos theta. 1 plus cos theta cancel out. This is nothing but B minus B plus B cos theta by sin theta. BB gets cancelled. We have B cos theta by sin theta, B cot theta is there. This is B cot theta. Therefore, QM is equals to B cot theta. QM is equals to B cot theta and OQ is equals to B cosecant theta. The game is over. OQ square minus MQ square. OQ square means B square cosecant square theta minus B square cot square theta. Cosecant square theta minus cot square theta is 1. So we have B square. OQ square minus QM square is equals to B square times of cosecant square theta minus cot square theta. Therefore, this is 1. B square into 1, we have B square. This is the way. So it is also a simple question. By finding the value of MQ, a little bit of calculation is there. After getting the coordinates of M and MQ distance, we can easily write that one as OQ square minus QM square is equals to what? B square. Okay. It is a simple problem for you. But we can do this one in the special case also. By taking your point P of theta as here itself, by taking the point here itself, the Q and M are coincident. The Q and M are coincident. So, by drawing the line joining of the P to A dash, that becomes what? A dash B. A dash B. At that time, Q becomes what? B. So, M and Q are coincident here. M and Q are coincident. At that time, QM is what? 0. At that time, 0. And what about OQ? OQ is nothing but OB. OB means small b. B square minus 0 square. That is small b square. So by taking the special case itself, we can crack this one within a minute. So instead of P, take that point P as a special case as your B. Your P becomes B. Then Q and M are coincident. Therefore, the distance QM is equals to 0 and OQ is equals to OB. OQ is equals to OB and QM is equals to 0. QM is equals to 0. Since Q is equals to M at that time, this is B. So, answer is what? OQ square minus QM square is what? B square minus 0 square, that is B square. So, by doing the special case itself, we can crack that one as B square. So, finally, what about our B square? B square is equals to 4, our problem. For my problem, B square value is 4. So, once if you have that result as B square, by looking itself, we can write the value as B square itself 4. Understand? Next one. Let P be any point on the directrix of ellipse of eccentricity E. What is that? P is any point on what? Directrix of an ellipse with eccentricity E. S is the corresponding focus and C is the center of the ellipse. S is your focus, C is your center, P is any point on the directrix. The line PC meets the ellipse at A. Your line PC meets the ellipse at A. The angle between PS and the tangent at A is alpha. Then alpha is equal to what? That is your question. So, this is also a 4 lines problem. So, by reading each and every line, let us try to draw the figure and then we conclude them. Consider an ellipse x square by a square plus y square by b square is equals to 1. This is your ellipse. P is any point on the directrix of your ellipse. This is the directrix. P is any point on the directrix of your ellipse. S is the corresponding focus. This is directrix, it is its corresponding focus S. Okay. C is the center of the ellipse. This is C, it is your center of the ellipse. The line PC meets the ellipse at A. This is the line joining of PC. Meets the ellipse at our point A. It is not vertex, that is the point of intersection of ellipse with PC. Okay, the angle between PS, where is PS? This is PS. The angle between PS and the tangent at A is alpha. This is the tangent at A. This is the tangent at A. This is the line PS. Is alpha. Then you have to find out this angle alpha. This is the tangent. We have to find out the angle between the tangent at A and what? PS. This is PS. So we have to find out the angle between these two lines. So suppose the coordinates of A are A cos theta comma B sin theta, say parametric form is suitable. So A is equals to A cos theta comma B sin theta. Can you write the equation of tangent at theta or not? What is that? X by A cos theta plus Y by B sin theta is equals to 1. Can you take the slope M1 from the line equation itself or not? Yes, we can write the slope of that line. M1 is equal to minus X coefficient by Y coefficient minus cos theta by A by sin theta by B. That is equals to minus A cos theta by B sin theta. This is M1. And then find the slope of SP. We get both slopes. From that, we can calculate the angle between these two lines. Next, what is P here? How to obtain that P? By finding the line joining of A to C and solve with the directrix. That is the intention. What are the coordinates of C? 0, 0. What are the coordinates of A? A cos theta comma B sin theta. So, can you write the slope of CA or not? Slope of CA is equals to B sin theta by A cos theta. b sin theta by a cos theta. Therefore, equation of CA is y is equals to b sin theta by a cos theta into x. This is equation of CA. That means this is the equation of CP itself. That is b by a tan theta into x. Y is equals to b by a tan theta into x. What is our directrix equation? X equal to a by e, or you may take minus a by e. This is your focus. We are taking the focus SS minus a e comma 0. So by solving x equal to minus a by e with that line, we get the coordinates of our point P. Now x equal to a by e, substitute there, we get y is equals to b by a tan theta into, what is your x? Minus a by a. Or you may write the diagram that side also, no problem. So a gets cancelled, that is nothing but minus b by e tan theta. Y is equals to minus b by e tan theta. Now what are the coordinates of P now? P is equals to, what is your x coordinate? Here we are writing y is equals to b by a into, here x equal to minus a by e, comma, y is minus b by e tan theta. Yes, these are the coordinates of P. What are the coordinates of your S? Minus a comma 0. Can you write the slope of SP or not? You can write the slope of SP. Remember, what is your M1? M1 is equals to minus a by b cot theta. M1 is minus a by b cot theta means slope of tangent at this one. This is M1. Now we are going to find the slope of what? Slope of SP. We are going to find out the slope of SP. We have P and we have S. Now, how to find that slope? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 itself. Here I will find that slope. Slope of SP is equals to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 minus b by e tan theta minus 0 by minus a by e plus ae. Okay, take the a common and LCM gets cancelled. Minus b tan theta by a into e square minus 1. E square minus 1. So take that minus to here, b tan theta by a into 1 minus e square. Multiplying a and divided with a square into 1 minus e square. A square into 1 minus e square is nothing but b square. You can cancel out entire that b by b times. We have a by b tan theta. This is M2. Slope of SP is M2. You may write here itself. M2 is equals to what? A by b tan theta. We have M1 and M2. Just by observation itself, M1 M2 is what, my dears? Minus 1. M1 M2 is equals to minus 1. So this angle is 90 degrees. SP. This is the line SP. This is the line tangent at A. So there is nothing in this problem. You just write the points and find their slopes and observe that one. The angle between them is 90 degrees here itself. Nothing in this problem. But we have to choose that point A as some parametric point, A cos theta comma B sin theta. Okay, then you write the tangent at that point, immediately we obtain the slope. So we take some time to write the slope of SP here itself. So to write the slope of SP, we need the coordinates of P. To get the coordinates of P, we need the equation of AC. And we are solving the directrix. X equals to minus AB. That is one and only. Take some time. After getting the coordinates of P, then the problem is very easy. Even though we have to calculate here, the conversion is also very important here also. B square is equal to A square into 1 minus E square. You implement all these things, then only we obtain the product of slopes as minus 1. From that we conclude that the angle between those two lines is what? 90 degrees. Understand? We will move for another problem. This is the thing. It is a very simple question. If root 3 times of bx plus ay is equals to 2ab touches the ellipse, x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1, then the eccentric angle of the point of contact is what? Eccentric angle of the point of contact we have tried for this tangent. So what is our tangent? Root 3 bx plus ay is equals to 2ab. So divide with the 2ab on both sides, we get root 3 by 2 times of x by a plus 1 by 2 times of y by b is equals to 1. Compare this with x by a cos theta plus y by b sin theta is equals to 1. From that immediately we have cos theta is equals to root 3 by 2 and sin theta equal to 1 by 2. Both are positive, therefore it is in the first quadrant. So we have tan theta is equals to 1 by root 3. Therefore theta is equals to 30 degrees, we mean pi by 6. This is the eccentric angle. X by a cos theta plus y by b sin theta equal to 1 is the equation of tangent at theta, where theta is the eccentric angle of that point. We know that one. So from that, just by comparing itself, we obtain the theta as 30 degrees. Understand? Very simple question. So we convert the given line into the form of x by a cos theta plus y by b sin theta is equals to 1 itself, we obtain the result. Understand? Next one. This is the question. The ellipse x square by a square minus 7 plus y square by 13 minus 5a is equal to 1 is inscribed in a square of side length root 2a. This is the ellipse which is inscribed in a square of side length root 2a units. Then a is equals to what? We have to find out the value of a. So your x square by a square minus 7 plus y square by 13 minus 5a, which is inscribed in a square of length root 2a units. Suppose this is your ellipse. These are coordinate axis, which is inscribed in a square. I think this is square. Understand? At that time, we have to find out the value of a for this problem. How to do this one? Clearly, first of all, this is a square, this is b square, both must and should be positive. That is the first condition. So a square minus 7 should be greater than 0 and 13 minus 5a is also greater than 0. A square is greater than 7, we mean a belongs to what? Minus infinity to minus root 7 union root 7 to infinity. But a is positive. No need to write positive because this is not a square. A square minus 7 is there. Whatever it may be. The range of a is what? Minus infinity to minus root 7 and root 7 to infinity by taking the a square minus 7 as positive itself. And again from the second condition we have 13 minus 5a should be greater than 0, implies 13 greater than 5a, implies 5a less than 13, implies a less than what? 13 by 5. A less than 13 by 5. So this is equation number 2. Now from these two equations we have A belongs to minus infinity to minus root 7. Am I correct or not? This is minus infinity to minus root 7 and this is root 7 to infinity, and moreover this is 2 point something. So here is 13 by 5 is there. Okay. Now the common interval is like this, minus infinity to minus root 7 is there. Root 7 is always less than 13 by 5. Understand? Now this is some star set. This is the range up to, we have both the A square and B square values are positive. This is your A square, this is your B square value, both are positive. Now my dears, this is inscribed in your square. Its square length is given to you. It is root 2a. This is also root 2a. Understand? What is the angle between the two adjacent sides of your square? This is always 90 degrees. We know that the locus of point of intersection of perpendicular tangents to ellipse is its what? Director circle. So your 4 points lies on what? That is the director circle. That means we can find the radius of the director circle. Am I correct or not? This is my radius of the director circle. Center is concentric with the origin, and this is the director circle. This is the point on the circumference of your circle. So you know the side lengths. Can you find the diameter of the circle or not? The distance from here to here is the diameter of the circle. So this is the right angle triangle. So this is hypotenuse, that is the diameter 2r. Say 4r square is equals to what? 4r square equals side square plus side square. That is 2a square plus 2a square. That is nothing but 2a square plus 2a square. That is 4a square, 2r whole square. That is r is equals to a. Your radius of circle is what? A. Radius, this is the director circle. Director circle radius is a. A square plus b square. That means a square minus 7 plus 13 minus 5a is nothing but a square. Am I correct or not? So a square minus 7 plus 13 minus 5a. This is the square of the radius of director circle from the ellipse equation itself. From this diagram, director circle itself, what is that? Radius a. That means its square is a square. A square gets cancelled here. So 5a is equals to, what is that? 6. A is equals to 6 by 5. But your a belongs to what? Minus infinity to minus root 7. From that we obtain a as 6 by 5. Is there any match? There is no common point. From this condition you have a is equal to 6 by 5. From this condition a belongs to minus infinity to minus root 7. There is no common a for this problem. Therefore there is no such value of a. There is no such value of a. The set of values of a is empty set. That is 5. So how can we write this one as a square? A square minus 7 plus 13 minus a square. What is the director circle equation? X square plus y square is equals to a square plus b square. What is a square here? Instead of a square you have a square minus 7. Instead of b square you have 13 minus 5a. So what is the square of radius of your director circle? This much. From that, what is the director circle equation? This is the director circle. X square plus y square is equal to a square for this problem. So equate both. This is from the definition. This is from the diagram itself. So we have a square minus 7 plus 13 minus 5a is a square. Both a square gets cancelled. You have a is 6 by 5, that is positive here. But your range of a lies between minus infinity to minus root 7. A means it is not in the exact x square by a square. Here the a is belongs to the condition satisfies a square minus 7 and 13 minus 5a both as positive. For that we obtain this result. That is a belongs to minus infinity to minus root 7. So this is positive, but this is negative interval. There is no common point. Therefore no value of a. no value of A, it satisfies the condition. Understand? Next one. If the ellipse x square by a square plus y square by b square is equals to 1 is inscribed in a rectangle. The ellipse x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1 is inscribed in a rectangle whose length and breadth are in the ratio 2:1. Length and breadth of the rectangles are in the ratio 2:1. Then the area of the rectangle is what they are asking. It is also a nice question to you. Let us try to draw the diagram. X square by a square plus y square by b square is equals to 1. This is your ellipse. Inscribed in a rectangle. This is a rectangle which is inscribed, which means here the ellipse is inscribed in the rectangle. Now the length and breadth are in the ratio 2:1. Suppose it is 2k, it becomes k. Am I correct or not? If it is 4k, it is 2k. For sake of convenience, we take this one as 4k, 2k, whatever it may be. Now, the distance from here to here is what? A units. The distance from here to here is b units from the ellipse equation itself. So, we have to find out the area of that rectangle. How to do this one? B by A, this is B, this is A. We mean the ratio is B by A is given to you. B by A is nothing but 2k by 4k. Am I correct or not? This is 2b by 2a, you may write. 2b is nothing but 2k by 4k itself. So we obtain 1 by 2. Therefore, the ratio b by a is equals to 1 by 2. Now, this is the point on what? Your auxiliary circle or director circle. This is the point on the director circle. Am I correct or not? Because locus of point of intersection of perpendicular tangents is your director circle. This is the point. For x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1, what is the equation of director circle? X square plus y square is equals to a square plus b square. This is the director circle. So, the distance from here to here is what? Root of a square plus b square. The distance from here to here is root of a square plus b square. Now, what is the distance here? 2k. What is the distance here? K. This is 2k, this is k, this is root of a square plus b square. By using the Pythagoras law, a square plus b square is equal to 4k square plus k square, that is 5k square. From that, you calculate k square as a square plus b square by 5. We are going to give its area in terms of a and b. That is your logic. So we have k square value. What is the area of your rectangle? Area A is equal to length into breadth. 4k into 2k. So it is 8k square. We have the value of k square value 8 times of a square plus b square by 5 we have. This is the problem. So the one and only concept is here. We have to apply the director circle concept. Locus of point of intersection of perpendicular tangents is the director circle. Its equation is x square plus y square equal to a square plus b square. With the help of this concept, we can crack the area of the rectangle as 8 by 3 times of a square plus b square by 5 square units. Next one. The length of the side of the square, which can be made by the 4 perpendicular tangents of the ellipse, x square by 7 plus 2y square by 11 equal to 1. So this is also the problem related to the previous one. It is very simple question to you. length of the side of square which can be made by the four perpendicular tangents of the ellipse, x square by 7 plus 2y square by 11 equal to 1. This is square, not rectangle, that is square. This is x square by 7 plus y square by 11 by 2 is equal to 1. This is the standard form. Here also it is a greater than b case. So we have the ellipse in this manner. Now we write one square. By writing the perpendicular tangents. This is 90 degrees, it is 90 degrees, it is 90 degrees. All the sides are equal. These are four sides having equal line. In this square, one ellipse is inscribed here. So these two lines are parallel, like that. Okay. This is your square. We have to find out the length of the side of that square. Length of the side. Suppose length of side is say a units. This is a. Here 7 and 11 by 2 are the a square and b square values. This is different from that a. Okay. What is the distance from here to here? Root 7. This is root 7. This is root 11 by 2. Now, is it director circle or not? This is your director circle because locus of point of intersection of perpendicular tangents is your director circle. Its equation is x square plus y square is equals to a square plus b square. 7 plus 11 by 2, that is nothing but 14 plus 11 by 2, that is 25 by 2. X square plus y square is equals to 25 by 2. This is your director circle. So what is the radius of your director circle? Radius of your director circle is equals to root 25 by 2, that is 5 by root 2. So this is the radius of our director circle. The distance from here to here is root 7 and it is 5 by root 2. So the diameter of your director circle is what? 2 times of 5 by root 2. Diameter D is equals to 2 times of 5 by root 2. We mean 5 root 2. This is 5 root 2. Distance from here to here is 5 root 2. Now, this is A units. It is also A units. Then A square plus A square is equal to side square plus side square is equal to hypotenuse square. Therefore, 2A square is equals to, that is 50. And again, 25 2s are 50. So, 225 times. Therefore, length of side A is equals to 5 units. So, x square by 7 plus y square by 11 by 2 equal to 1. Here we are using the director circle concept. Locus of point of intersection of perpendicular tangents is what? Director circle. This is side length A or lambda, whatever it may be. If you confuse it is A square as 7. If you are confused, you may take this one as lambda. So here my side length is I am taking A. Director circle equation is what? X square plus y square equal to 7 plus 11 by 2. That is 25 by 2. So radius of the director circle is 5 by root 2. Its diameter length from here to here is what? 5 by root 2 into 2. That gives 5 root 2. So this is the diameter. These two are the sides of square. This is right angle triangle. Again apply Pythagoras law. Side square plus side square is equals to hypotenuse square. So 2A square is equals to 50. A is equals to 5. So the length of the side is equals to 5 units. Understand? This is the question. an ellipse is sliding along the coordinate axis. Some ellipse is there which is sliding along the coordinate axis. If the foci of the ellipse are 1, 1 and 3, 3. These are the foci. One is 1, 1, other one is 3, 3. Then the area of the director circle of the ellipse is what? What is the area of the director circle of the ellipse? So, what are its foci? 1, 1 and 3, 3 are the foci of the ellipse. It is sliding along the coordinate axis. It is sliding along your coordinate axis. Suppose this is your ellipse which is sliding along the coordinate axis, and its foci are what? 1, 1 and 3, 3. This is 1, 1. So just it is a rough diagram for you. Actually your diagram may be in this manner. 1, 1 and this is 3, 3, say these are the foci. Then we have to find out the area of the director circle. So director circle means locus of point of intersection of perpendicular tangents is your director circle. So once if you know the radius of the director circle, you can easily find its area of the director circle. So what is the distance between the two foci? We know that the distance between two foci is 2AE. That is nothing but root of 1 minus 3 whole square, that is 4 plus 4, that is 2 root 2. 2AE is equals to 2 root 2. We have AE is equals to root 2. Okay. An ellipse sliding along the coordinate axis. That means this is the point of intersection. Point of intersection which lies on your director circle. That means locus of point of intersection of perpendicular tangents is your director circle. So we know that the midpoint of the foci is your center of the ellipse. What is your center here? That is midpoint of 1, 1 and 3, 3. That is 1 plus 3, 4 by 2, 2, 2. The distance from center to the circumference, the distance from center to the point on the circumference of director circle is nothing but radius of your director circle. So your radius R is equals to what? Root of 4 plus 4. It is nothing but 2 root 2. So we have the radius. We have the radius. No need to find AE also. Directly we obtain the radius of the director circle. One and only thing is you have to identify that your point origin is the point on your director circle. That is one and only thing you have to remember. And the midpoint of the foci is nothing but your center. So these two are given for center, and this information, this ellipse is sliding along two perpendicular lines, they are coordinate axes, and the given information is for the point on the circumference of your director circle. One information is given for center, one information is given for point on the circumference of director circle. The distance between those two is nothing but your radius of the director circle. So this is your radius of director circle. Radius of director circle. After getting the radius of director circle, can you get the area of the director circle or not? Area is equals to pi r square. That is nothing but 8 pi. From that you can calculate the eccentricity also from this information. This is nothing but a square plus b square is 8. This is AE. By solving those two equations, we obtain the eccentricity of that ellipse also. Understand? For this problem, no need to write AE distance. Okay? Just by observation, this is the center of the ellipse and this is the point on the director circle. Center of the director circle and center of ellipse are both are same. This is the point on the circumference. The distance gives the radius. From that radius, we can easily calculate the area. That is 8 pi square units. Understand? Next one. This is the question. It is also very simple for you. Let Pi and Pi dash be feet of perpendiculars drawn from the foci S and S dash on tangent Ti to the ellipse whose length of semi-major axis is 20. Length of semi-major axis, that is A, is equals to 20. If sigma I is equals to 1 to 10, SPI into S dash PI is equals to 2560, then the value of eccentricity of the ellipse is what? First of all, what are PI and PI dash? These are the feet of perpendiculars drawn from foci S and S dash to any tangent TI. Suppose I draw one tangent. This is a tangent to the ellipse. Its foci are S and S dash. This is S, this is S dash. Suppose this is T1 is a tangent. These are the perpendiculars. What are the perpendiculars here? P1 and P1 dash. This is P1, this is P1 dash. Dear students, we know that the product of perpendiculars, this is foci, the feet of perpendicular we mean, this is some P1, this is some P1 dash say. If you are take the distances as a small P1 and a small P1 dash may be taken. So one is SP1 and other one is S dash P1 dash. The product of perpendiculars drawn from foci to any tangent is what? B square. We know that. Very, very important result. The product of perpendiculars from foci to any tangent of ellipse is what? B square. So SP1 into S dash P1 is equals to B square. So similarly, SP2 into S dash P2 is also B square. So this is I runs from 1 to 10. 10 times of B square is there. So SPI into S dash PI is what? B square. This is for all. I is equals to 1 to 10. SP into S dash P. That is nothing but what? B square. B square is equals to 2560. That means B square times of 10. B square is constant coming outside. 1 plus 1 plus 1 and so on 10 times, that is 10 is equals to 2560. So your B square is 256 and A square is 400. So from that A square and B square, can you calculate the eccentricity or not? Yes. This is nothing but root of A square minus B square. 400 minus 256 by A square, that is 400. This is nothing but 144. Totals are 144 by 20. 4 3s, 4 5s. So the eccentricity of ellipse is what? 3 by 5. So one and only the logic, that is the product of perpendicular drawn from foci to any tangent is B square. So 10 times of B square is there. So that is, from that you can easily calculate B square value. Already A is given to you. From that you can calculate A square. Once if you know the A square, B square values, you can get the eccentricity by the formula root of A square minus B square by A square, that is 3 by 5. So only one concept, B square. Product is B square. Okay. This is the question. The number of points on the ellipse x square by 50 plus y square by 20 is equal to 1, from which a pair of perpendicular tangents is drawn to the ellipse x square by 16 plus y square by 9 equal to 1. So the number of points on the ellipse you have to find out. What is that ellipse? X square by 50 plus y square by 20 is equal to 1, from which a pair of perpendicular tangents drawn to the another ellipse x square by 16 plus y square by 9 is equals to 1. These are two concentric ellipses. Okay. This is the first ellipse. This is the another ellipse which is concentric to the first ellipse. So we have to find out the points on the ellipse from which the perpendicular tangents are drawn to the second ellipse. Only one thing, only one concept is involved here. The locus of point of intersection of perpendicular tangents to the any ellipse is its director circle. So if you draw the director circle of this ellipse, this is the director circle. If your director circle intersects the ellipse at 4 points, we have 4 points. If our director circle is more radius than both A and B for that ellipse x square by 50 plus y square by 20 equals to 1, you have no points. Even though your circle is in between the both ellipse, there is no point of intersection. So if there is a point of intersection, there exists 4 points. If there is no point of intersection, the number of points on the ellipse is 0. That is the concept. So your intention becomes how many points of intersections are exist for the director circle of this ellipse and my x square by 50 plus y square by 20 equal 1. Because we are drawing the perpendicular tangents from this point to the ellipse. So the angle between them is 90 degrees. That means your point satisfies 2 curves. One is its original director circle, that is x square plus y square equal a square plus b square, and other one is the given condition. So your point satisfies that curve and the director circle of this curve. What is the director circle of this curve? X square plus y square is equals to 16 plus 9, will mean that is 25. X square plus y square equal 25. The ellipse is what? X square by 50 plus y square by 20 is equal to 1. What is your A? Root 50. That is 5 root 2. B is equals to what? 4 root 5. This is 4 root 5. What is the radius? R is equals to 5. Your R is 5. So can you write can you guess the how many points of intersections from this? If B less than or less than, if B less than or less than A, then immediately your circle intersects the ellipse at 4 points. We know that condition. So what is B? 4 root 5. B square is 20. R square is 25. A square is 50. Clearly we know that 4 root 5 less than 5 and which is less than 5 root 2. Another term. What is 4 root 5 square? 2 root 5 I think so. This is root 20. Root 20 means 2 root 5. This is 2 root 5. So this is 2 root 5. So 2 root 5 less than 5 root 2. So it satisfies the condition B less than or less than A. That means there are 4 points of intersections like that. For B less than or less than A, the ellipse and circle intersect at 4 points, my dears. So how many points on the ellipse? X square by 50 plus y square by 20 equal to 1? 4 points. Suppose the condition not holds good, the number of points on that ellipse are 0. Either 0 or 4. That is the answer. What is the answer here? 4 points. So the logic behind this problem is you have to solve with the director circle of x square by 16 plus y square by 9 equal to 1 with that curve, that is x square by 50 plus y square by 20 equal to 1. Don't solve the both curves. Use the logic, that is b less than or less than a. Your radius of the circle in between semi-major axis and semi-minor axis, then your circle must and should be intersect your ellipse at 4 points. Understand? Okay, guys, these are the concepts up to the tangents, and we discussed some of the concepts related to tangents. We done some of the problems related to the tangents. Now let us see the equation of normal to the ellipse at any point on the ellipse. So after getting the concepts related to the tangents, let us move for this normals to the ellipse. So let us try to find the equation of normal at px1 comma y1 to the ellipse. How to get the equation of normal at any point to the ellipse? Suppose px1 comma y1 is any point on the ellipse. We have to find out the equation of normal at this point to the ellipse. What is meant by normal? The normal is nothing but the line which is perpendicular to tangent at P to the curve. This is the normal. So consider the equation of ellipse. X square by a square plus y square by b square is equals to 1. This is the ellipse. We have to differentiate with respect to x. We get 2x by a square plus 2y y dash by b square is equals to 1. So 2y y dash by b square, the derivative of 1 is 0. 2y y dash by b square is equals to minus 2x by a square. 2 gets cancelled. So y dash is equal to minus b square x by a square y. Now slope of tangent at y dash at p x1 y1 is minus b square x1 by a square y1. Slope of normal at p is, therefore slope of normal at p is minus of minus plus a square y1 by b square x1. This is slope of normal at that point. After getting the slope of normal, you can write the equation of normal by y minus y1 is equals to a square y1 by b square x1 into x minus x1. On simplifying, we get the equation of normal implies b square x1y minus b square x1 y1 is equals to a square xy1 minus a square x1 y1. Now take that result, take the b square xy1 into the right side and a square x1 y1 to the left side. We obtain a square xy1 minus b square x1y is equals to a square minus b square times of x1 y1. Now dividing on both sides by x1 y1, we get a square x by x1 minus b square y by y1 is equals to a square minus b square. So we have the equation of normal at x1 comma y1 to the ellipse is obtained, that is a square x by x1 minus b square y by y1 is equals to a square minus b square. This is the equation. What is that? A square x by x1 minus b square y by y1 is equal to a square minus b square. This is the equation of normal at x1 comma y1 to your ellipse. What is that? A square x by x1 minus b square y by y1 is equal to a square minus b square. This is the equation of normal at point p x1 comma y1 to the ellipse x square by a square plus y square by b square is equals to 1. Now, what is the equation of normal at x1 y1? This is a square x by x1. Remember students, this is very important formula. Minus b square y by y1 is equals to a square minus b square. Now can you find the equation of normal at p of theta or not? Suppose your x1 comma y1 is equals to a cos theta comma b sin theta. We can write the equation of normal at p of theta. What is that? A square x by x1 means what? A cos theta minus b square y by y1 means what? B sin theta here. B sin theta is equals to a square minus b square. db gets cancelled, aa gets cancelled. Implies we have ax by cos theta minus by by sin theta is equals to a square minus b square. This is the equation of normal at p of theta to the ellipse. This is the normal equation in the parametric form, my dears. What is that? Ax by cos theta minus by by sin theta is equals to a square minus b square. What is the normal at x1 y1? This one. A square x by x1 minus b square y by y1 is equals to a square minus b square. Now, find the condition that the line Lx plus My plus N equal to 0 is normal to x square by a square plus y square by b square is equals to 1. This is the condition. We are going to find out that the line Lx plus My plus N equal to 0 is normal to your ellipse. So, this is my ellipse. It is the any point feet of the normal. This is your line. What is that? Lx plus my plus n equal to 0. When it becomes normal to our ellipse, that is the problem. Yes, this is the normal at p of theta to our ellipse. What is the equation of normal at theta? We know that the equation of normal at theta is ax by cos theta minus by by sin theta is equals to a square minus b square. This is cos theta. Ax by cos theta minus by by sin theta equal to a square minus b square. This is given equation. This is the obtained equation. These two equations represents the same normal. We can compare the like coefficients. We obtain L by a by cos theta is equals to m by minus b by sin theta is equals to n by minus of a square minus b square. From this relation, we can eliminate theta, we obtain the condition, my dears. Cos theta by AL is equals to sin theta by minus BM is equals to minus n by a square minus b square. So what is cos theta? Cos theta is equals to L cos theta. This is L cos theta by A. This is m sin theta by B, my dears. This is L into cos theta by A, m into sin theta by B, this one. Cos theta is equals to minus L by L into A square minus B square. Sin theta is equals to B. This is m by plus n by m into a square minus b square. This is cos theta, this is sin theta. We have cos theta and sin theta. Squaring and adding, we eliminate theta. 1 is equals to n square by, this is a is also there, L by a by cos theta. That means L cos theta by a. So what is your cos theta? Cos theta is equals to an by L into. This is bn by m into. Okay. So cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. We have a square n square by L square into a square minus b square plus b square n square by m square into a square minus b square implies a square by L square plus b square by m square is equals to a square minus b square by n square. Whole square is there. Cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. Whole square is also there here. So a square minus b square whole square is there. A square by L square plus b square by m square equal to a square minus b square whole square by n square is there. This is n square. So just by comparing the normal at theta to the line Lx plus my plus n is equals to 0. L by a by cos theta, m by minus b by sin theta equal to n by minus of a square minus b square. L cos theta by a. L cos theta, this is L into cos theta by a is equals to m into sin theta by minus b is equals to n by minus m by a square minus b square. From that, what is cos theta? Minus a n by L into a square minus b square. What is sin theta? Minus of minus plus n b by m into sin theta. After getting the cos theta and sin theta, by squaring and adding itself, we eliminate theta, we obtain the condition. So, in this session, we discussed what is normal at x1 by 1, what is the equation of normal at p of theta. When we get the line Lx plus my plus n equal to 0 become a normal to the ellipse x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. In the next session, we will discuss the properties of normal to the ellipse. Okay guys, thank you.